What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. So, I want to talk about Freddie Roach real quick as we gear up for Pacquiao Bradley 2. Great fight. It's really, truly a great fight. Good for the welterweight division and ultimately good for boxing because it's a meaningful fight. Freddie Roach has been in the media as he has been in recent years, and I take nothing away from Freddie Roach. He's a great trainer. He has tons of wisdom. He has that firsthand experience being a former fighter himself. However, I guess I just have difficulty copping to the new boxing standards. And what I mean by that is nowadays you have trainers who sound a whole hell of a lot more confident or more vocal than their actual fighter. You got guys like Angel Garcia who does all the talking, and Danny Garcia just is very shy and doesn't say much and just fights. Then you got Pacquiao, and I get it. Pacquiao's a humble dude, but you could still say what you're going to be doing and what you're confident in based on your training without being a dick. But Freddie Roach just keeps talking, and the more it's almost becoming a spectacle. Every time there's a Pacquiao fight, I look for him to talk the most shit. And he already said that Pacquiao's punches broke Bradley's ankles. Like, okay. I mean, him evading punches maybe, but the punches itself didn't break his fucking ankles. Anyway, this is what Freddie Roach had to say. Bradley is not more dangerous than the first fight. I don't believe that at all. I'm sure Bradley is making adjustments just as we are. We try to do things different in every fight. So that's one of the things he was saying. I disagree with him. I do think Bradley is more dangerous because I think Bradley, as a fighter in those 2 years, has evolved and gone through what he's gone through to make him a more dangerous fighter or more dangerous option at 147. He dealt with the backlash from the public who hated the decision that he beat Pacquiao. Um, he nearly paid for it with the Ruslan fight. Then he came back and reinvented himself by not fighting like he fought like Ruslan and instead doing the polar opposite, fighting a very respectable, smart, intelligent fight, which is what Joel Diaz, I'm sure, wanted. So, I mean, I do think that Bradley is a more dangerous option now than he was then. That was his second fight, and it wasn't even his second consecutive fight at welterweight. There's other things Freddie Roach was saying, and again, I guess I just have to come to grips with nowadays boxing is a business, and we got to deal with trainers who actually speak more and talk more shit than their actual fighters, which is weird. Like, I don't remember back in the day, like Nassim Richardson talking more than Bernard Hopkins or Big Roy or Alton Merkinson talking for Roy Jones Jr. He did all the talking himself. You know what I mean? But we'll see. I'm looking forward to a good fight. As far as Freddie Roach, like I said, I take nothing away from him in terms of his capability. I just think he plays promoter a little bit too much and oftentimes discredits and downplays his opponents. Like the first fight with Bradley, he was basically saying we're not worried about Bradley. Bradley brings nothing, and if anything, at the very least, even if you think Pacquiao won, which I do, I think he beat Bradley in the first fight. Even if you think Pacquiao should have won or whatever, Pacquiao didn't look good in that fight. And like, look at that versus Brandon Rios, and who's willing to stand on the ledge and tell me that Pacquiao looked like a better fighter in the Timothy Bradley fight with two hurt, injured ankles or whatever, as opposed to Brandon Rios? Virtually nobody. And if you do, you're probably stupid or you're just saying that to try to get under someone's skin. But the fact is, Pacquiao does have more problems with smart fighters, people who provide movement, etc. And he tends to shine. Like if you want to just go heads up with Pacquiao, you'll get destroyed. So I'm anxious because this is a fight with a lot of variables, and again, it's just a fight that means something. Freddie Roach is very confident that Pacquiao is going to go out and do. It's almost like, to me, it feels like Freddie Roach wants to live vicariously through Manny Pacquiao. Like, and I understand Roach had his own career, but Pacquiao is a better fighter than Roach ever was in terms of actual boxing. And some of you might hate me for saying that, but it's true. I mean, there's no question about it. And now with his disease, Parkinson's and stuff, I think Freddie Roach wants to use Pacquiao as an outlet. Plus, Pacquiao made him a shit ton of money. But aside from that, he could kind of live vicariously through Pacquiao and Pacquiao's ups and downs. You know what I mean? Similar to, let's say your dad played football and he just never really made it. He never made it to the D1 schools, or he never made it to NFL or whatever. And all of a sudden you're a boy, and he wants to put you in football, and he wants you to, and even if you don't want to play football, you're playing football because your pops wants you to play football, and he kind of just keeps you in it. And though you might be good or your heart might not be in it, and he'll just keep you in it for that reason, kind of so he can live through you and your accomplishments. So I kind of get that with Freddie Roach a bit. But other than that, like I said, good fight. Looking forward to the fight, and that's really all I gotta say. I'll check in with you guys, drop that prediction, and be on my way. As always, hate, comment, or subscribe. Till next video is Ego signing off.